What's up with the what's up? It's LaDria LaVae. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're making this off the shoulder top. You can wear it on the shoulder, off the shoulder, do how you do. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at LaDria LaVae. For this tutorial, I used 3 balls of ice yarns Alara. It's a weight 3 yarn, 50% acrylic and 50% cotton. It's quite stretchy, so if you're using the same yarn or similar yarn, just be aware of that. And I'm using a 3.5 millimeter hook. Boom. Okay, so you want to do a chain that goes a little past the side of your ribs, and I'll show you right here how to measure that. And you want your chain to stretch to that number. So I'm going to chain 80. Without stretching, it goes to about 21. With stretching, it goes to my exact measurement, which is around 27 and a half, 28. So make a chain that stretches to that number. And I'll meet you back when I'm at my... So we turn and we're going to go into the back bumps of the chain. Now this is optional, but aesthetically to me it's nice. So we're going to skip that first little chain and go right into that back bump right here with a single crochet. And right into the next back bump. Oops. With another single crochet. And we're gonna do that all the way down the chain. And that's how it looks, and you're gonna go all the way down to the end. I'll meet you when I get back. So I finished my single crochet in the back bump of the chain. I'm going to chain up 2, turn our work, and double crochet in the very first stitch. The chain 2 do not count as a stitch. So double crochet in that very first stitch. Whoop-de-doops. And double crochet all the way down. And we're going to do that for the rest of the bandeau part. Just double crochet in each stitch all the way down. The first stitch do not count as a stitch. So go in the very first stitch, double crochet down to the end, chain 2, and repeat for however long you would like your bandeau. And that's how it looks. And I'll meet you when I'm done with all my rows. So with that, after that last stitch, chain up 4, turn your work to the short side, and you're gonna double crochet right between this row, the double crochet rows. So just right in there, right between those rows, chain 1, and repeat right between the row. Right in there. Chain 1, repeat, chain 1, and placing that double crochet all the way down. And you're going to do that all the way down to the very first row. And I'll meet you when I get back. When you get to that chain 4 space, you're just going to place 1 single crochet in that third chain from the chain 4 space. And that's how it looks. You could do as many rows of this as you like. For your back, so right now I'm just going to do this 1 row, and I add my color rows later, but it's easier for me to work with my 1 row. And I want my sleeve part ruffle to go exactly to this row. So yeah, let's jump back into it. So after we finish our last single crochet, you're going to chain up 1. And now we're going to work on the side of the top part of our top. We're going to place 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, in that our last double crochet from the box row, and place 1 single crochet in the front loop all the way down, so the loop facing you. So I'm at my last stitch with that single crochet in the front loop over the bum. Then we're gonna work on our side like how we did on the other side. You keeping up? Cool. Just turn to the shorter side. You're gonna chain up 4, 2, 3. Yeah, get it together. 4, there we go. And you're going to double crochet right in between those double crochet rows, like how we did on the other side. And like how I always say, you're not new to this, you're true to this. So place that double crochet, chain 1. Dang, who calling me? Okay, I'm back. So you're just going to do what we do, how we do. The double crochet in between the row, chain 1, and repeat just like the other side. Meet you when I'm done. So after that box row, I went ahead and did that single crochet row like how we did on the other side, placing that single crochet right into the third chain of that first chain 4. Right there. Boom, boom. So after you finish your last stitch, you're just going to chain up 1, cut your yarn, and weave that end in. So the next part, we're going to work on the shoulder part. What I did, I just measured from my middle of like the rib kind of to over my arm to the front of my shoulder. I'll put a showing right here, and I got 7 inches. So I'm just going to mark 7 inches from the end right here and just pull it up. And 7 inches right here, on here, just pull up. And we're gonna attach our yarn from this point to this end. So I'm doing mine in the, you would like to do yours in the, we're gonna work in the front loop. So right in the front loop, right here is where you're going to attach your yarn. So make your slip knot. So you want to make sure your front loops is facing you. We're going to attach our yarn into the front loop right under where we pulled up to mark the 7, 8, or 9 inches that you chose to do. Chain of 1, pull. Now depending on how loose you want your shoulder to fall determines how many chains you're gonna do. I'm going to chain I chain 30 from that middle point, and I'm gonna slip stitch right in there. Into that last stitch we did on the side. Going to chain up 1 and cut my yarn. Cut my yarn. And then you could weave all of that in. And I'm gonna do the same exact side thing from over here where I had this, just in the front loop. Going to attach right into the front loop right here and do the same exact thing. I'm going to chain 30 and slip stitch right into the last stitch over here. So I attach my yarn to that front loop, chain my 30, and just slip stitching at the end of that side row. You know what row I just showed you. You be paying attention. So after slip stitching, don't cut your yarn. I'm just going to weave everything in before we work our ruffle. So I weaved everything in, and we're picking up from where we left off when we slip stitch our arm, shoulder like chain thing going on. We're gonna single crochet down the chain into the front loops of that section and down the other chain. Super simple. Now all we do is chain up 1, and you can either choose to go right into the back bumps or just the regular chain, how a lot of people do. I'm gonna just choose the regular chain, keep it nice, keep it simple. So single crochet right in there, and yeah, single crochet all the way down the chain until you hit those front loops, and you single crochet right into the front loops, and then right along the second chain. So this is how it's looking so far. And I actually turned my work so the front loops is opposite of me, but I'm still going into the front loops. Make sure you go into them front loops till you hit that second chain, and I'll be back when I'm done. So I'm at the last stitch from the single crochet down that chain. I'm gonna chain up 1, and we're gonna go back down the chain, and it's kind of like this little flap here, and the ruffle is gonna fall in the front. But we're gonna do exactly what we did in my very first YouTube video, the ruffle. So after you chain 1, you turn your work. We're now on the right side. Excuse me. And we're gonna place 2 single crochets in each stitch. We did this in the ruffle bandeau. We did it in the ruffle shorts. I'm just ruffled out. So just place 2 single crochets in each stitch, all the way down. And I'll meet you when I get back to this point. So I'm finishing up with my 2 single crochets in each stitch. Just wrapping it up. Bing, boom. Now we're going to chain up 2. Don't count as a stitch. Make sure you're going in the very first stitch for this project. Turn your work and place 1 double crochet in each stitch, making sure you do not go along the flap or inside the armhole, because that'll be messy, honey. So just go down with 1 double crochet in each stitch. So I have 1 more stitch left with 1 double crochet, chain up 2, turn, and place 2 double crochets in each stitch, making sure you go into the very first stitch. The chain 2 do not count as a stitch. and place 2 double crochets in each stitch all the way to the end. So I'm at my last stitch, placing 2 double crochets after this. Chain up 2, and for the remainder of your ruffle, you could do however many rows you want. You could do it down here, you could keep it short, you could do it all the way down. All you have to do from this point on is 1 double crochet in each stitch. So I'll be back when I'm done with all my rows. And this is how it looks so far. I'll be back. So I finished all my rows. I did a total of 8 rows after that 2 double crochet in each stitch row or whatever. I just used some scrap yarn for the colors. And now let's get working on the top part. So with the ruffle facing you, you're going to attach your yarn to the end of wherever you attach your ruffle, either the first row or whatever. You're just going to attach your yarn right here. Then chain up 2 and turn your work. Now place 1 double crochet along the original chain that we made for our shoulder space. Go right along there. This part we're working on is the front top run 2 row ruffle thing going on. So just place 1 double crochet along that chain, and I'll meet you where we slip stitch in that front loop for this chain. You did. Be back. And this is how the double crochet along that chain is looking so far. And I'll meet you where we slip stitch to make this chain. So I have went around that armhole with 1 double crochet in each little chain loop, and now I'm at the place where we did the ruffle in the front loops. Now that row right above it, we're gonna place 1 double crochet right under both chains right there. You're gonna double crochet until you hit this chain. Now I'm at the chain. I'm gonna do the same thing that we did for this armhole. Double crochet right in those chain loops. And I'll meet you when I get to the end right here. So I reached the end of that chain. Just gonna place 1 more double crochet right in the corner. Chain up 2. Turn your work. And we're gonna go right along that row of 1 double crochet with 2 double crochets. I don't know what that hand gesture was, but just 2 double crochets along that row. Going into the very first stitch. And place 2 double crochets all the way down. That's how it looks, and I'll meet you when I get to the end of this armhole. So I'm at the end of that row. I'm just going to place my last double crochet, chain up 1, cut my yarn, pull it through, and this is how we looking. Like, come on, I'm giving you spring, summer. You could do it long, you could do it how you do it when you do it. And then you could just do a lace corset back, which I added my colors to my rows. And I just chained a chain of 200 and just laced it up how I lace it up. But do how you do what's best for you. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at LaDria LaVae. Thank you so much. With love always. Peace and light. Later.